Hey guys, most of you are probably hoping that Pokemon Unite comes out pretty soon, so I don't like to be the bearer of bad news, but it's looking like the game shouldn't release until 2021, and these are the reasons why. So firstly, one of the biggest reasons in my opinion would be that next year is Pokemon's 25th year anniversary, so they are going to be looking to release as many games as they can during that window because they want to make their anniversary as big as possible. So for me personally, it makes sense for them to want to release a new game like this during their anniversary, even if they do it early in the year, and they can kind of ride that out until games come out later in the year. Also, it has been rumored that Nintendo is launching a new version of the Switch next year in 2021. So they are likely to want to have as many new games as possible for their new Switch to make you want to buy the game. You know, you wouldn't really want to buy a new Switch if there weren't the new games to play. So they're going to have as many kind of exciting new games to play with the new Switch, and they can get some more revenue that way. For Unite being a kind of a mobile and a Switch released game, you could argue that they won't be too focused on the Switch element of that, but I just feel like they are going to try and fill out the roster of games and just have as many games as they can releasing for the new Switch. So my third reason for thinking that the game will come out next year is Wild Rift, the new League of Legends game. And you might not know, but Tencent also owns Epic Games, which produce the League of Legends games, so they are releasing Wild Rift. So Tencent has a stake in the new game in the mobile MOBA markets. They're not going to want to compete with themselves. You could argue that Tencent already has a big stake in the MOBA market with Arena of Valor and then with Wild Rift, so they are competing with themselves. But I believe they are going to try and split the launches apart, and Wild Rift is definitely coming out in 2020. They had the alpha for the game in the Philippines and Brazil, and then they're doing a beta where you will have seen on YouTube all beta videos are going up of the game. So I feel like they are allowing videos from Wild Rift to go up while they're not allowing videos from Pokemon Unite, just to get as much hype as possible as they can for Wild Rift. Wild Rift will release, and then maybe a couple months after the release of Wild Rift, they don't really have to worry about losing too much of that audience, because if people are interested in the game, they are going to be on board, and the people who potentially dropped off from Rift, then they can catch again with the release of Unite. Rather than if they release the two games at the same time, they're going to be splitting those players between the two games, and they'll potentially make less revenue. So from a kind of a revenue and a player share perspective, it makes sense for them to not be releasing the game yet. So moving forward with the game's release, I would make the prediction that we're going to see at least one more trailer before the release. I think they would do a CG trailer like they did for Pokemon Masters, and I wouldn't be surprised if we get a second gameplay trailer before the release. So I was expecting the second trailer to come out in October, potentially the third, fourth week, and then the actual release of the game, I would expect February 2021. I'm predicting the date the 28th of February. No huge reason for that particular date, but I believe it will be the late part of February. One of the other reasons I believe the game won't be releasing in the later part of this year is they're already ramping up for their holiday season games, and we have Crown Tundra releasing from the Pokemon Company, so they probably aren't going to want to pull players away from that game. They're going to want as much revenue as they can for the Crown Tundra for the holiday period, and with most of the holiday period games, they've already been announced and we're just waiting for them to be released. I don't really see this being a kind of a shadow drop game. I think they're gonna just slow. We'll see the beta will come out, they'll allow people to show footage from the beta to get people excited, and then a couple weeks after that is likely when they will release the game. So ultimately, I implore you to not just keep looking for news of when the game is coming out, but come join one of the Discords and you can discuss the game, and even just keep a close eye on similar games like League of Legends and Dota 2, Heroes of the Storm, so you can learn tactics and just get potentially as prepared as you can for the game's release, but just don't hugely expect it to be coming out anytime soon. I also just wanted to note that it was great that Jono posted this on Reddit, warning us that Tencent had given him a strike on one of his leak videos. Personally, I think it's well within Tencent's right to give strikes for videos containing the leaked footage. I personally took my videos down because the people who participated in this beta would have signed an agreement that they're not allowed to show early game footage, so this footage is footage that we shouldn't have, so it's within their right to take that down. You may question why they would want to remove the footage, because it's already out there, but they are going to want to market the game in a very particular way, and they lose that control, they lose that hype if other people are posting the videos. They want us to be waiting, so then say they dropped a big trailer tomorrow, you'd be a lot more excited about it if you hadn't seen any leaks, because it would give you a lot more new information. So thanks again for watching this video. Please stick along with the channel. I'll be posting every Tuesday and Thursday. Since the Unite content is getting a bit thin, I may post a few videos that are kind of off base, but definitely still in the Pokemon theme. I'd appreciate if you shared the video, give me a like and a subscribe, and I'll see you next time.